wanted to share something about intrusive thoughts and where I feel they come from. For me, I'm not going to claim that this is like the truth or it's just my experience. And so, when I was a kid, I had a certain experience, a certain traumatic experience, and then from that comes the desire to not feel the pain, basically. So I have my energy field, something happens, and boom, there's low vibration energy being put into my energy field, like anger, sadness, and all the things and emotions that are to be expected from trauma. And like I said, there's like the desire to not feel it because it's just too much. And at that point, I feel like a deal is made with a separate thing. And you can call that whatever you want, a spirit, a demon, an entity, it doesn't really matter. The point is, the deal is like it attaches to the pain. It likes it, it's dark, so it can only attach to that dark. And then the deal is it gets a house, it gets to feed off that energy. In return, I don't have to feel the pain. Now, of course, this means that the longer it stays there, the more identified I become with this thing. And also because all the pain is still there, all the negative beliefs coming from that pain are still there too, which means my reality is created based on what I believe, and it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. So I came to a point where nothing in my life was working, and that was a gift because it showed me like everything is just blocked. So not relationships, not money, not feeling at home, just being very kind of out there in terms of awareness, like very much out of the body. And the gift of that was that I started doing the inner work, increasing my vibration, and then, of course, that thing started to wake up. And then it really started to fight. And the intrusive thoughts still are sometimes, I am ugly, I deserve to die, I'm nothing. Those are the recurring ones. And by bringing more love and light into my energy field, and by letting go of the emotions, there was less and less for that entity to attach to. So it started to become a little more separate, and at that point, the intrusive thoughts in my head changed, and it started to say, you are nothing, or you are ugly. And that's kind of a funny and self-defeating thing, because at that point it becomes abundantly obvious that it's not me. But before that, it was saying I, and then, something negative. And the funny thing is, in meditation, I've seen this thing. And that's when I realized that everything it was saying, I'm ugly, I am blah, 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 all of those statements are true. They're just not true about me. It's just like it talks like into my ear, I am ugly. And I believe it because I think it's me. It's me. It's me. And I believe it because I think it's me saying those things, which isn't true. So that was kind of a funny realization, and then it becomes very important to just go, oh well, you kind of just ignore it. It's like it's completely different person. You're out and about on the street and somebody comes up to you and goes, you're ugly. And then it's up to me to go, yeah, if that's what you feel like, good day, sir or madam. But if I believe it, then it becomes my problem, yeah? So I feel the same thing is true with those entities. And then this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because sometimes it's different entities talking and you just don't give them any attention. But then I noticed that some of it comes from a wounded childlike part of my awareness, and then you do want to give attention to that, like a parent would love their child when it's hurt. So that's a little bit tricky. So I think that the whole point is to just feel and listen where it comes from. But regardless of who or what is talking, if it is a very negative statement or intrusive thought, it's probably not true. I say probably, it's most likely not true. I mean, just assume that it's not true. And then you can just deal with that by telling yourself the truth and focusing on what you want. And the beautiful thing is, those intrusive thoughts do become self defeating because you can just flip it and then take whatever opposite of that thought and then remind yourself of that. You know, I'm ugly. I'm not. I'm beautiful. I really am. You know, I'm nothing. That's a funny one because that's fear talking. Fear literally being the energy of nothing, where the awareness is just absent. And then you go, oh, well, that's your problem. And then I can go, well, I mean, it's true, I am no thing. That is true. But with my awareness, I literally am everything. So it kind of dwarfs the problem. And with stuff like, I don't know, I deserve to die is one that keeps coming up. And I feel that's from the childlike part of my awareness, where young me, as a young kid, as a boy, I started to believe that I was, yeah, like it was my fault that adults treated me that way, and because the child always assumes that adults are right, that must mean I deserve to be treated that way, and so I deserve to die because I was treated in a very bad way. And yeah, just keep coming back to the law, the law, you know, and the very kind and gentle and feminine energy that just reassures and nurtures and just holds everything, just very gently. And that's the feminine part, and then the masculine is the part around it that puts up the barrier, that protects and holds the space, and inside it is just this love, and then you don't really have to do anything. You can just allow yourself to sort of sink into it and be with it, and see what happens.